Vale. Full video on the things like I talk in my TikTok about, like short, whatever you want to call it. I'm talking about like how height or like physique, like your shape or like physical appearances, they determine whether you are like secure, insecure, confident or not confident. And I just want to share like a personal story from me where I found out like that those kind of things that I always I always was thinking that this was the problem, and I thought like this for like maybe 10 years, like for a very long time. And yeah, so for me it was always like my physique, and I started going to the gym at like when I was maybe 14 or like 15, because I was like a chubby kid. And I still, when I see pictures from back when I was very young, I'm like, man, you were a fat ass kid. And that is like a way of me looking to myself, which stayed in my life for a really long time. And this is just how I saw myself and what I believe about myself. And at some point, I was going to the gym for like maybe 8 years or 9 years, and I was in good shape. And when I stood in front of the mirror and I see myself, I was still thinking, man, it's the fucking chubby, fatty kid, you know? And it is weird because now when I look back at those pictures, I'm actually be like, yeah, I'm in good shape. But even though I was in this kind of shape, I still felt like very inconfident, like not confident, like insecure. And it is it is very weird how this thing tricks your mind, because I see around me like there's a huge how do you say, community and people rising that are interested in the gym and like being healthy and um, yeah, just this whole fitness thing. And I feel like this is a really good thing. Let's say that as the first, because it's good that people are aware of this and they are conscious with this. But it also has like a very big shadow side, like a very big one. And this shadow side is like that there are so many people, they struggle with like a perfect image they have to attain, or like a perfect body they have to get in order to feel confident. But first of all, this image you have in your head, it's not true. It's not even it's an image you created, and this image will always, like, if you achieve one image, it will get to the next one, so you will actually always be running behind something which you're never gonna get. And second is like, it's like I forgot what I want to say. But I don't know, we're like so busy with going there and chasing it, and at some point we don't even see like what we already got. And it's like it's such a, I can say from experience, it's such a mental, I can almost say like a mental illness. It is like in your head, because you think like, if I get this, or if it's also with money, you know, or with women, like you think like, if I will get this, or I will be confident. But it is the biggest lie there is. Like, I'm just telling it like straight up. And in me now, in my life, is not with my physique. I don't really feel like if I have this physique I will be confident. I don't feel like that at all. But at this moment in my life, I have in other like topics, because it will be, I think this is happening to everyone, it will coming back to you on different aspects of your life. But the thing you want to realize is that not one single outer thing is gonna fulfill or make you confident from the inside. This is the only way you're gonna get this, is to do like the work, and to recognize yourself as a beautiful like human being, like despite this whole uh, outer jacket what we're all wearing, and despite your uh, skills in speech, or despite the amount of girls you get, or despite the amount of likes. And we are like living in a community where it's very like driven for status, and it's driven on aesthetic, it's driven on outside picture. And I just feel like uh, it's dangerous because we all try to attain or chase something which is actually very um, yeah very like nearly impossible to get. And even the question like if it's possible or impossible doesn't even matter, but we convince ourselves that if we're gonna reach this, that we will be fulfilled. And this is such a big lie we're telling ourselves. And I think this is the greatest problem of it all, because then you have like a candy in front of you, you're getting after it, but it gets like you will never reach it. And then you can like ask yourself like, then but we always want to chase something, right? And that is true, but try to learn and see in yourself like, when am I chasing something from lack, so I feel like I'm not good as who I am right now and I need to get this to feel good about myself? Or when do you chase something and it comes from fullness, you're already like, I am like this and I'm doing this because this feels like the right thing for me to do, and this is how I contribute to life in a greater picture. And it's not solely for yourself. Like for example, if you want a better physique, you do it just for yourself. Like, I don't want to judge too quickly about what your motivations are. I also feel like for some people it's different. It's like very individualistic. It's for every person different. But for what my experience was, I had like a bit, I feel like body dysmorphia when I look back at it right now. And if I talk with friends, if I see other people, then I also feel like a lot of people are struggling with this. And first, I think a lot of people, they thought it was just girls who were struggling with this. Like every girl that she wants like to have a big ass, like big boobs, like nice lips, like. But now I feel like it's more shifting. Like a lot of guys, they struggle with this as well. And um, the main thing is like, if you keep investing in those kind of things and convincing yourself like this is gonna fix the issue, it is just a distraction, man. It's just a distraction for yourself, like to not really confront the things um, that you're actually insecure about. And those things are going on a deeper level because it's in your psyche, it's in your mental, it's in your mind. And when you start exploring these kind of things, it can get like very very tough, like because it's much harder to reveal those parts and explore those parts. But it's very easy to say like, I'm poor, I need to get money, and if I get rich, I'm happy. That's very easy. But if you look to all the people who also like got rich or like attained actually those things, they will all say like at the end of the day, it was not this thing. And it's the same with like a physique, or it's the same with a skill. Like for example, I'm doing boxing as well, and look, if you are an anxious person and you're a fearful person, and you are maybe scared of confronting people, like, and then you think like, if I can fight or if I can punch someone in the face, I will be not fearful anymore. I will be not. I'm already telling you, like, if you have a weakness for this, it is in you, and you have to work on this, on these kind of emotions, like that you are not feeling safe. And no outer thing is gonna fix that. So that you being able to punch someone in the face is not gonna change a thing. Like if you're all the time scared and all the time you have a deep fear within yourself, then those skills, they won't. It sounds a bit weird and contradictive, but it's really true. It starts with your confidence in yourself, and that you grow, that you develop your character. And it's not really happening with the skill. But I will say, like, developing a skill, it can contribute, but it's never gonna fix the whole issue. And often we convince ourselves from this, like, when I get this and this problem is fixed. But yeah, I just, that's not the case. Yeah, so don't look for like outer validation from skills or a physique of like other to fulfill yourself and to make yourself complete, because in a sense, like every human being, and this is gonna sound again like very woo-woo spiritual, we are all like complete as human beings, like how we were born, like as a child, and how a child like shines their light, like just be happy, being in a playground, just throwing sand. It's like this is also how you can be as an adult. But often we get trapped, and society tells us like, or how we got our uh, or our like society and environment tells like you have to be this certain way, you know, or you have to be reach this certain physique to be accepted. But that's the biggest bullshit ever, and I'm not buying that. And yeah, that's the video. I hope you get your lessons out of it, but still I always feel like everyone has to experience life as it is for their own, and then you will get the lessons. But I hope some people, they watch it and they feel like acknowledged in the thing they were maybe feeling for a longer time. And yeah, now you feel maybe a bit better. Okay, see you next video. Ciao.